do a bit of a bookish vlog today, and I have a few fun things that I want to do. I want to decorate my scrapbook, my book journal. I also want to do some scrapbooking because I haven't done it in a really long time. So I'm super excited for that. I also have all my books here, and I want to go through what ratings I give the recent books that I've read, and also setting my TBR for this month and also next month, so July and August. So first I'm going to go over some recent books that I've read and what ratings I am giving them. So first thing that I read recently is The 5 AM Club, and I don't read a lot of self-development books, or I never actually finished them, but this one I finished. And I think it was really good. I was actually waking up at 5 AM at the time, which was quite hard at the start, but then it actually did get very easy after a while. And I did really enjoy it, but I think now that winter's come, it's a lot harder to get up earlier in the morning, so I haven't been doing it as much recently. But I think it's a really good book, and it doesn't just talk about waking up at 5 AM and the benefits of that. It also weaves in some other life advice. And it was written in a bit of a story way, so it was a bit of a fiction book. Just fiction story. Yeah, so they followed these characters along this journey of waking up at 5 AM and getting taught all these methods. There's very good life advice in here, and I would definitely recommend it. I think I would rate it, for a self-development book, I'd probably rate it a 4. I think 4 stars is pretty good. And I did actually do some tags in here as well, and highlighted some key bits that I thought were really interesting, or that stood out to me. I then was really excited about this book, Funny Story by Emily Henry. It's the first book I've read by her, and I do really like her writing. It's very easygoing. It kind of just feels like you're watching a rom-com. I was a bit bored at certain parts of it, but overall I think it was just the time that I read it. I think if I read this on the beach somewhere and it was summertime and it was a bit of a beach read, I think it would have been a higher score. But since I was reading it when it was colder, and I don't know, I feel that in winter I need a book that captivates me more and more of a page turner to actually stay intrigued. But then in summer, when I'm just tanning and at the beach, I think that easy reads like this one are really good. Probably this one would be a 3.5. But I do really want to read some of her other books. I'm very interested. I might even read one while I'm on holidays in Europe. That brings me to Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates. I've also just recently read Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home. And I love this series personally. I think it's as though you're watching Gossip Girl, which I love. The characters are really great. I can drop into the environment really easily and just imagine what it would be like, and I feel like I know the characters so well, like they're my friends almost. And anyways, it's about this London group of friends that are socialites, and they're from really rich families. Daisy Hates' brother is a gang lord, which is quite interesting, and I think that these books are quite different. So it goes Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates, Magnolia Parks, and then goes on from there. And so they have their own book. I think it's a pretty cool way to do it. So it's Magnolia's point of view, and then it kind of ties in with the second book, which is Daisy's point of view of what's going on. I love the characters, I love the whole vibe of it, and it's really well written as well. They're quite big, these books. I think they're nearly 500 pages each. I just feel intrigued the entire time and captivated, so I think they're really great. I definitely prefer the Magnolia Parks ones to the Daisy Haites. I think my favourite one was the recent one, which I read on my Kindle, which was Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home. And the ending of it was crazy, and I was not expecting it, but I won't spoil. But if you know, you know. Yeah, I'd probably rate these ones. Magnolia Parks, the first one, was a 4.5. Daisy Haites was probably a 4, and then the recent one, The Long Way Home, I think that was maybe a 5. I'm going to say a 4.75 to be exact, because it wasn't quite a 5, but it was definitely nearly there. So they're all the books that I read in the last 2 months. Now I'm currently reading, I just started The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is our book club book that we have, this little book club with only 3 people, but it's really nice. And the book my boyfriend chose is The Perks of Being a Wallflower, so I'm currently reading that. I find it really interesting so far how it's written in letters. I'm not sure if I like it yet or not, the way it's like that. Only 9% through that. I'm reading it on my Kindle at the moment. I'm actually going to try and read this whole book in 48 hours in this vlog, which is really crazy. And I honestly do not know if I can read a book that fast, but I thought I would give it a try and challenge myself. So we'll see. Next on the list that I want to read after that one is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I've heard amazing things about this, that it's a Hall of Fame classic book. So I'm super excited. I know that it is going to be really sad, so I'm a bit worried about that, but hopefully it won't be too bad. It's about what it was like in the wartime in Paris, France. So that will be really interesting to see this point of view. I went book shopping a few days ago. You will notice I was actually blonde in that video because I just went brunette. But I decided to do the intro today. But I got these 3 books for Europe when I went book shopping. They're all on my TBR for this month and next month. So first is Table for One by Emma Gannon. And I love this cover. It is so cute. It has a little dog and a little spaghetti bolognese and a glass of red wine and a little book on the side, and I just thought this is perfect for Italy. Not only did it have a really cute cover, but I read the back of this book a while ago when I saw it in a bookstore in Paddington, and it's just super cute. It's about, she rekindles the relationship she longs for but has long neglected, the one with herself. Willow has everything worked out, the steady partner, the successful career, the grown-up house, until she doesn't. And she's cast adrift on the sea of heartbreak, facing a future with no clear path, with her life transformed beyond recognition and her friends busy moving forwards. Willow has never felt more alone, but she's in good company. And yeah, I think it's just really adorable. It says, joyful and affirming, the love of life, friends, the unexpected, and oneself just radiates from these pages. And it looks like an uplifting book, so I feel like I'll need it after The Nightingale. The next one is This Summer Will Be Different, which I've heard a lot of good things about. I've had it on my TBR for ages now, and it's finally time to read it because it's a summer book, and I'm currently in winter in Sydney. But it will be perfect when I'm lying on the beach in Europe. This summer they'll keep their promise. This summer they won't give in to temptation. This summer will be different. Be prepared to cry, swoon, ache and cheer. And then one that isn't as summery of a read. I'm not sure if I'll read this one when I get back, or maybe I just will read it when I'm overseas. But I've just really been wanting to read this for ages and heard how amazing the Twisted series is, so I thought I would pick up Twisted Love by Anna Heng. I've heard these are just really captivating books. And so that's all my books. I am a bit scared for this next 48 hours to try and finish the whole book of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, but I thought it would be a good time to do it because everyone in the book club is finished the book except for me, and I want to try finish it before I go to Europe next week. And it's also not a super long book, it's only 222 pages, so it's a good time to choose to do this challenge, I think. I'm now going to get into decorating my scrapbook. I just ordered sticker paper and I accidentally ordered 2 boxes. So I have heaps of sticker paper and just a box over there that I don't know when I'm going to touch it, full of sticker paper. And yeah, so I'm going to use it to print out stickers. Which I cannot live without this winter, and I'm going to sit right here and get into this book for a little bit. some Gilmore Girls and I'm just gonna have a bit of a chill night now. I finished my book, The Nightingale, and it was so upsetting. I was crying. Very rare that I cry at the end of a book, but I was full sobbing. It was so sad. But I'm not gonna do any spoilers or anything. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm just going to relax and zone out and watch some Gilmore Girls, which I haven't watched in ages, and I told myself I wasn't gonna rewatch it again for a while, but I just can't. When it's autumn and winter, you can't not watch Gilmore Girls, I swear. It just sets the mood. Finished The Nightingale a few days ago, and it was such a sad book. I think it was incredibly written and definitely a page turner towards the end. It was insane though. I was sobbing because I don't know if I think I took a clip while I was reading the end of the book because I had an idea that it was going to be sad, but I had no idea it would be that bad. Event after event of sadness, of terribleness. And the end of the book went so fast because bad things kept on happening. I won't spoil. It was just so sad. And I was just bawling my eyes out and it just kept pulling at my heartstrings, and then it wouldn't give me time to heal. And then it did it again, and then I was just sobbing. I think it was such a great book. I think it's definitely a classic for a reason. I'm in the car with Max.
Hello.
And
we're in the car.
Yes, I just finished babysitting and now we're about to go into office works because I need to get some things for my reading scrapbook, which I'm very excited about, which I'm going to go home and do now. And so yeah, I just want to get some colouring in textures and a little folder to put all my scrapbook papers in and everything to organise it. And yeah, that's about it. And then I'm going to go home and get to scrapbooking.
Yes, and we just had char grill, which was
Yeah, we
very
just had
nice.
char grill, which was really delicious. Got a bacon egg roll.
Yeah.
And Max got a snitty roll.
Delicious.
I just printed off my books onto sticker paper that I either have read or want to read to put into my scrapbook. And just got back from office works, got these colouring in textures and also just this black tip pen. And then I got this clear folder to put all my scrapbook papers in so that it's all in one place, which will be really handy. And now I'm just gonna start scrapbooking. I haven't done the reading thing properly before, but I watched someone's YouTube video this morning and I took some photos of their pages and I'm going to try recreate them. So they have these, a few of them. They have a bookshelf, and I'll put their name below, their YouTube channel below. Had their bookshelf, has a little reading records, trackers, all that kind of thing. So I want to try recreate their pages as much as possible. It's probably not going to look as perfected as theirs, but hopefully it'll be nice and fun. really warming up to the book now. I am starting to like the letters a bit more, that kind of form. I think I do probably prefer chapters, but for this book I think it definitely suits it really well, having it in that letter form. And it's just such an interesting book, I find, because there's no real plot, because nothing's really happening. I mean, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. But it's kind of just talking about his life. And I've never really read something like that, so I'm finding it quite fun to read and very different. And yeah, I'm liking it so far. I don't think I have too much to say about it right now, but I'm looking forward to giving you guys my final review at the end when I finish, hopefully tomorrow by 1 p.m.